Okay, so I recently picked up the HP MP9 Digital Signage Player Model 9000. That's what this guy is. But if you look at it, both from the front and from the back, it's basically an EliteDesk G1 or EliteDesk 800 G1 Mini or DM. Why did I get it? Well, I guess it's part of it is the collector in me, because I already had the G4 version of the signage, and this one actually says MP9 on the front. The back pretty much is the same as you would find on a G4. Inside's very similar, but at least at least it says it there. The only way to really tell that this is a signage guy is you'll see right here. Oh, see, I already got these guys confused. This is the signage. Okay. So right here we have MP9 Model 9000. If we open it up and look underneath the cover, it says a slightly different. It gives pretty much the full name, which is that HP MP9 Digital Signage Player Model 9000. And I said, well, what exactly is a digital signage player? And it turns out that HP was selling these digital signage displays, which were, for their time, a very large, computer screen that you could even daisy chain because it had DisplayPort and so forth. But the whole idea was that this was a way that you could put, menus, maybe ads for your stuff. And the thought is on the back of it, you could mount, using the VESA mount, you could mount your computer. You could, this small guy. And so they had the Model 9000. They also had something called the Model 4200 that looked more like your traditional thin client. A lot of them that I've featured some thin clients on here, but those look more. But in this particular case, they essentially just took the G1 and, changed it here. Everything is identical in terms of the guts of it. You could only get it with two kinds of processors. You could get an i5 4570T, that's what this has, or an i3 4330T. The 4570T is just dual core. It does have 4 threads, but I think maybe to keep the prices down, they didn't want to have a whole lot of different options, so they just went with the 2. Interesting enough, I was looking through some literature, and they neglect to put the T on the processor. So if you were to look it up, you'd go, "Oh wow, this sounds great! It does all this stuff, and it's it's a full quad core." Well, no, it's it definitely would not work because the power needs of the non-T processor wouldn't be supplied by the normal 65-watt power supply that you would use with this guy. So I wanted to get it. My understanding is that there is also a G2 version that again looks entirely identical to a EliteDesk 800 G2 Mini. HP just trying to find ways to sell stuff. I could go into the guts of this, but it's really going to look exactly, and this is, now I got it right here. This is the actual G1, and you could also check out my other videos where I even compare the EliteDesk G1 to the ProDesk G1. But yeah, they're definitely identical. Use the same as far as the SATA. This, you can put 16 gig in it. You could put a faster processor. A lot of the other ones comes with a 4590T, which gives you a true quad core. So yeah, and the fact that everything's identical. You know, we've got this the little Hewlett Packard on here that they only put on the 800s, not on the ProDesk. They didn't even change the front. They just said, "Oh, we'll just EliteDesk and we'll change it." The BIOS, the drivers, everything's the same. The one thing you may want to do is that if you do own one of these and you try looking on the HP support site for drivers and updates, it's very limited. So I would just bypass and just look for EliteDesk. Let's fire it up. I could show you some of the numbers. You know, they're very similar to the G1. We'll do a couple tests on for thermals and also for the power consumption. Okay, well, I just started it up. It's kind of settling down. It's probably fluctuating around 20 watts. Okay, we'll try running heavy load for 5 minutes and see what we get here. Wow, it's really pulling down the juice. We're talking almost 58 watts right now. I've never seen a unit pull that much, considering, yeah, it's, we'll see how long this lasts, whether it's going to be able to well, we'll just let it run and see what happens. Wow, this has not been, we're talking about 80 degrees at the max there, and then we're talking maybe 60 watts pulling down. I'm surprised it continues to run, considering it's only got a 65 watt power supply running here. I'm going to stop it, see how it reacts, you know, how much it can start cooling down. The power draw dropped from 60 down to 40, and now it's getting closer to 30 as it's cooling down in the load. But yeah, we're getting down in the 60s. But boy, that's I don't know if I got I don't know if that's how all the units are. Definitely loud. The fan never got, you know, whiny or something, but wow, that's I'm not very impressed. Let's see what the Geekbench numbers look like. Okay, so here is what we have for the for this unit. So 1109 for single, 1985 for multi. Here's kind of a comparison. Here's an EliteDesk G1 DM. That's running under Linux. Very similar numbers, although a little bit better on the multi. I think that may be my only benchmark for that. The ProDesk G1, but that's using an i3. So probably here's a 4590. Multi-core, much better, which would make sense because it is a true quad-core processor, less on the single. So, kind of, you know, similar, again, as you would expect, to the normal G1. Boy, I was going to say, you know, go for it if you find this unit, but man, I've just never seen that much power draw. And if you wanted to use this as a simple server, what do we got now? Well, we are down to about 15. So, you know, maybe, but, you know, I guess you just have to maybe stay away for anything that has, you know, a real heavy load on it. You know, for the collectors out there, it's just another one to kind of add to it. I'm going to keep my eye out for the G2 version. Maybe again to add it to the collection.